Listen, September 28th, I will be supporting 100 plus strong black men, and I would love for you to do the
I want to
same.
give a shout out to my friend Freddie, Silent Heroes on IG. He's having a big event in LA, 4720 Slauson, September 28th, 100 Black Men of Excellence. He's building the community through boxing.
Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, September 28th is going down. We're going to have a great time, great event, free food. You go win NBA, kids can win NBA 2K game on their console and free haircuts. They're going to get a bag, soul food, wings. You like flats or you like drumsticks? You like one bone or two bone? You decide. You know what I mean? Just bring your toothpick and we're going to have a great time. But let's do 100 Black Men Strong, man, which is a great segue to Peter Quillin's interview. I had the chance to watch this last night or 2 nights ago, and I'm finally getting around to it. And I would say this, you know, I'm just getting fighters emailing me at the same time reading this. But anyways, man, let me delve into this really quick. I was ostracized out of boxing, or no, excuse me, attempted to, because I'm on the ground and people call me like a Haymonite, a race baiter. Kelly Swanson called me a race baiter. Golden Boy takes my credential. Kelly Swanson attempts to take my credential. What else? White media when I was covering Andre Ward about the race between Kovalev and the shirt he wore and the insidious comments he made about Carissa Shields, and more importantly, the emails. I asked Oscar about the emails. I went to a press conference, Chavez Jr. versus Canelo. Oh, thank you, Lincoln. And I purposely went there to ask Oscar about the emails, and I was kicked out. It's on my channel. Feel free to go look at it. And people called me a race baiter. I was wrong when I knew I was fighting for what's right. And at the end of the day, I was one of the few, but I would say I was the more consistent one as it relates to the emails when they called Al Haymon out of his name, what they call Black Hitler, nigga. And Peter Quillin eloquently talked about this in his interview on Fight Hype. And Ron from Fighter IQ, excuse me, was interviewing him. And I thought Peter Quillin talked about what's underneath the rug, you know what I mean? What's in grandma's closet? You know what I mean? What's the big secret that no one wants to talk about? And that's race in boxing. Race in boxing sells, and race in boxing takes money or tears careers apart. The most notable, the man just passed away, rest in peace, Pernell Whitaker. They robbed him of millions of dollars. Yeah, you can say, oh, he drew and he lost the Oscar. But you know what that did? That cost him millions of dollars, man. You know what I mean? And it would have changed the trajectory of his career. Meldrick Taylor. You know what I mean? They couldn't give the lead promoters in charge. They got to find a way to stop the fight. Most notably this past weekend, Tyson Fury. The fight should have been stopped. Canelo versus Floyd Mayweather, 114 draw. A judge had it. You know what I mean? And Canelo didn't win 2 rounds. And I can go on and on and on and on about the emasculation of the black athlete and the emasculation of black promoters and black leaders in boxing. And I went into this, and I'm going to be clear. I went into this with no cover, no protection. No one funded my mission. No one called me and said, you're going to be protected. I did this because I thought it was right. Right? Every fight I go to, 9 out of 10 times, I don't get to ask questions. I'm going to show you what racism looks like. Dan Raphael, Kevin Iole, Keith Idec will ask the first 3 questions at many of the fights that I attend. That's typically how it works. And YouTube media, when in fact we get more clicks than print media. You understand what I'm saying? And people are going to say that this is right, but Peter Quillin basically summarized my mission in one statement, in one 14-minute interview, which I thought is very eloquent. He has a fight this weekend. He actually just got me excited to go cover his fight. For personal reasons, I want to go and watch the fight now. I'm a drive up Saturday to support Peter Quillin. And when I, from the Golden Boy email to Eddie Hearn with the Dillian White thing, all that is funded by me, inspired by the culture, inspired by truth. No one protects Fred. I have no cover out here. Everyone has
Don't eat yet without candy.
where thing, put it down. She'll eat it later. Thank you.
No. I have to go get the other thing.
Okay. All right. So
I know videos all day.
thank you, Lincoln. So I just want to
Videos every day.
So I just want to make that very, very apparent. You understand what I'm saying? Never met Al Haymon. Never met half the people that I support. I don't get, and truth be told, I don't even get thank yous and support from the black fighters. Many of them, some of them I do. From the black fighters that I'm trying to protect and excel and build their brand. They don't call me and say thank you. And I don't need a thank you. Because when you're doing God's work, God's reward is greater than any human can give me. You understand what I'm saying? And I live by it. I've allocated funds, to support my mission. There's nothing I can't afford in the sport of boxing as it relates to media, whether it's buying a ticket, whether it's buying a flight, whether it's buying a hotel, buying food. And I'm thankful for that. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Peter Quillin did an exceptional job talking about race and the things that I've been fighting for the past 3 years. Golden Boy kicked me out. I'm gonna tell you, Golden Boy kicked me out. Bernie attempted to put his hands on me. Michael Dangerfield, what's his name? Michael Copperfield. What's his name? Michael Coppinger. Michael Coppinger told me to my face, this will be the last event you will ever cover. Kelly Swanson told me black stories don't matter. You got to finish your meal first.
What? I did finish my meal.
Okay, you can have some of these, yeah. And
how many can I have?
10. Count them. Go at the table and count 10 off. All right. And what else? Where am I at? Bernie, when he used to work for Triple G, I don't know if he works for Triple G, attempted to put his hands on me, grabbed me, and I was like, hold up, what are you doing? You can't redirect me with your hands. Where am I at? Keith Idec basically threatened me in the middle of a meal. You know who I am? Of course I know who you are. I've been in the game 30 years. How dare you? Don't you ever pointing his hand in my face. Kelly Swanson threw her fingers in my face. Keith Idec threw his hands in my face. Michael Coppinger threatened my life and then went back and ran and told and did XYZ. Bernie, Golden Boy, the list goes on and on and on. And I'm fighting all these battles with no cover. I thank God I believe in the end goal. I thank God that I want to make this place better for my kids, make this place better for fighters, make this place better for black promoters, Mexican promoters, Latino promoters. You understand what I'm saying? And it's very, very apparent. We look at the top ranked situation. Shakur Stevenson is a young fighter, don't fully understand the business of boxing, and he's lashing out because he don't understand, and he knows he's not being supported. You understand what I'm saying? And I think it's just incredulous and very, very important that we see the big picture. Just how I always say, in order for a black man to be friends with a white man, the white man must give up his white privilege. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we'll never be equal. But if the black man can't go into the restaurant, the white man can't go into the restaurant. Right? And if the white man is being disrespected by a black man, the black man stands up for his white friend. You understand what I'm saying? and I've lived by that. This ain't no overnight Fred thinks he's Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan, or whatever black symbolic leader that you guys have in your head that you read in the book. You know what I mean? People don't even know who Marcus Garvey is. You know what I mean? And I think that I actually want to thank Peter Quillin. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't care if I meet Al Haymon. I don't care if I meet all the fighters that I'm fighting for. I just want boxing to be in a better place. And now that I have a slice of the pie, I'm going for it 1,000%. You understand what I'm saying? And the only thing that's slowing me down is 2 kids. You know what I mean? Thank God I have them. You know what I mean? But if I didn't have 2 kids, oh man, I would be gun-ho flying across America, doing interviews, doing investigative work. I would put $50,000 to $100,000 in the sport of boxing just to uncover the truth. And it was nothing people won't be able to stop. But I have kids, you know, and I think that black people got to speak up. Black men got to respect a man like me who's a frontline soldier, not asking for your help, but will be thankful for it. Let me repeat that again. I'm a man that's on the front line fighting his butt off, right? Not asking for your help, but will appreciate some type of help, some type of cover, you know? Like when, I give a great example of this. When this is why I will forever respect Gary Russell, because when Kelly Swanson was cursing me out, telling me black stories don't matter, pointing her finger in my face, yelling at me in front of the Keith Thurman, Josecito Lopez weigh-in, no black media member got up and did anything for me. Gary Russell stood up and said, "You all right? You all right, Slim?" That's why I'm always gonna have a soft spot in my heart for Gary Russell, because he didn't have to do it. Gary Russell was a multi-million-dollar fighter, the king of DC, Olympic medalist, and I'm just a little media member with a quote-unquote small YouTube channel. You understand what I'm saying? And all I want to do is expand the sport of boxing and expand the stories. You know what I mean? I don't want another Pernell Whitaker story in boxing. I don't want Mike Tyson to go broke again. That's why every fighter I tell, Mexican, black, white, it don't matter. I tell them off camera how to invest their money. You know, I'm not in my position in life because I made dumb decisions. Every position I made, I had to be precise with it, because I've never gotten $1 million check for fighting. I've never gotten a multi-million-dollar contract for making a 3-pointer. Everything I've done is from the mud. And it's easier for these athletes because they get $1 million checks, $100,000 checks at one time. You know what I mean? And I think generational intelligence and wealth is very, very important. And what I mean by generational intelligence is your kids got to know how you think. Your kids got to know the value of $1. Your kids got to know the value of an hour. You understand? And I think it's just very, very important, man. So I thank Peter Quillin, man. I think he did an exceptional interview. It's on Fight Hype. I wish I could have been there to follow up with the interview. I thought Ron did an exceptional job. Ron let him talk. You know, I wish I could have got the 15th minute. You know what I mean? And actually, if I was there, that interview would have been 40 minutes. You understand? But sometimes you wish you were there. You know what I mean? So anyways, man, I mean, race and boxing is real. I may come back and do a part 2 on this. I'm going up to the fight. I'm going to drive up Saturday morning and go to the fight. You know what I mean? And do the best I can. And yeah, man, it is what it is. So thank you, Peter Quillin. I think you've done an extraordinary job. Al Haymon, I think he's created this beautiful platform for minority fighters. And as Peter Quillin explained it, see, people don't understand this. I got it. PBC is a platform. Fanon, about a few years ago, did an eloquent video on this. And it's something that I never could have explained, but I understood it. And he helped me understand it with that video he did. PBC is a platform for talent. Just like the NFL, just like the NBA, just like everything, just like any other organized sport, whether it's Lincoln is in AYSO now. That's a platform for kids to play soccer on. And he built the platform, right? So he's an executive of the platform, not the fighter. And he's empowering the fighters to own their own business. Come to me with your ideas. Come to me with your talent, and we'll lease it to PBC. We'll lease it to the platform. Who's funding it? Fox, Corona, whoever else is advertising. You get what I'm saying? That's the genius part about it. And that's why Bob Arum and Oscar is frustrated, because he outsmarted them. They were too busy being promoters instead of owners. I repeat, they were too busy being promoters instead of owners. You understand? They want to be the greatest promoter in the history of the sport. Al Haymon wanted to be the greatest businessman in the sport. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to wear 15 hats to do it. You know what I mean? And it takes trust. You know, you heard Deontay Wilder on the Boxing Boys. I'm my own boss. They work for me. Every fighter needs to have that mindset. Ryan Garcia, the past 3 weeks, has been begging, trying to get out. He just redone his deal, but 3 weeks he's been trying to get out of his deal. You know, but if you sign once with the devil, you shouldn't sign a second time. You understand what I'm saying? So, if a stick breaks and you crazy glue it back together, percentages say it's going to break again. You understand? So any fragmented relationship will break again eventually. That's what the percentages say. So, and as it relates to Ryan Garcia. But at the end of the day, man, I just want to, Al Haymon has created a great platform. Just like I've created a very comfortable platform for blacks and Latinos to tell their truth on. You know what I mean? I do my best to open up my platform, whether you're an amateur fighter, 1-0 fighter, 1-3 fighter, a promoter. Everyone has access to me. I tell everybody that wants to do an interview, you're more than welcome to do an interview. Let me know. We'll do it. I give you my contact information. Let me know. Only 10% follow up and do it, but that's okay. You know? But at the end of the day, my platform is readily available. So shout out to Peter Quillin, man, for exposing racism in boxing, exposing the people who are the racists in boxing, and exposing the truth. You know, like Peter Quillin been through some tough times that I've heard of. I've only interviewed Peter Quillin in 1-2 minute segments. We have no relationship, and I just want to say he's a well-dressed man. I'll say that. He's a well-dressed, God-fearing man. I'll say that. And, you know, I just want to say thank you to Peter Quillin. I look forward to reintroducing myself to you, just to tell you thank you this weekend. Hopefully I get a chance to meet you, you know. And so anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And shout out to all the 20 people that sent me the videos, man. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. My DM was flooded with this. And Fred, here you go. This is for you. You know what I mean? So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe. I just got a text. God damn. Y'all gonna hear about it tonight. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And thank you, Peter Quillin. Thank you, Al Haymon. Thank you, Peter Quillin. And whoever else has a platform. You know, the LDBC is a big platform. You understand? Dante's Boxing Nation. Ego's a big platform. You understand? Shout out for them holding their square. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, man. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.